hang on, I want to go back and check.
Yeah, uniform.
Are you going now, lady captain?
Thanks for coming in Arctic conditions, but I'm sure you enjoyed it. I enjoyed being inside watching you. Without any further ado, I'll hand you over to Lady Captain, who just wants to say a few words.
Thank you very much. Mr. President, Mr. Captain, Vice Captains and all other dignitaries. Just to say thank you all for supporting us today. I would also like to say thank you to all of you who have supported us over the last 12 months. You have been most generous with your support and also with your offerings towards our charity. It's been very kind of you. Congratulations to Erin on her drive-in as junior captain, and I would just like to say congratulations to Steve on your drive-in, and I hope you have a very successful year and also a very enjoyable year, not just from me but from all of the ladies section. Okay, and the only other thing to say is, as I think all of you know, it's rather a sad day that I don't have a lady captain to pass the jacket on, but the ladies section will be run by a committee, and there will still be a ladies section here. Thank you very much.
Right, I think that just leaves me. I'm a man of few words, as you know, but Mr. President, thank you, Lady Captain, County Captain, all the past captains, members and honoured guests. Welcome to Northop today for the 2014 Captain's Drive-In. I think, considering when I was watching BBC weather from Tuesday onwards, I think we've been rather lucky, a bit cold but rather lucky today, and I hope everybody's enjoyed it. I'm going to ask Steve to come up in a second, but just before I do, I just want to thank a few people, and Matthew for all his help and support through my year. I really do thank them from the bottom of my heart. They really have helped me no end this year, but also the members. We've had our charities run this year, and I think we've got a grand total
Of 4,780 pounds.
Okay, so we just counted the charity boxes as well here today, and I'm pleased to say that throughout 2013 we've raised £4,700 for Welsh Air Ambulance. I know we had the Alan the Gas trophies this year. We've been very lucky to have some very splendid trophies available. The format's going to change slightly to a less confusing
Easy for you to say.
For me and Matthew more than anybody. We refer to Alan as Alan the Gas, and I'm sure everybody knows him, and all the former captains. I'm sure everybody knows of Alan. So I'd like to ask you, it's a very heavy trophy. Would you be so kind as to... You okay? Present this to Dillis.
Thank you. I would like to say just a few words, if you don't mind. You all know me, I don't say very much. Firstly, I would like to say I am really honoured to receive this from Alan the Gas. Thank you, Alan, because he really helped me on that day that I went round. He let me down on the 10th and he let me down on the 11th. But I did actually come in with 34 points, so I feel quite honoured to be the First Lady. I've played many time with Alan. We've had many a good laugh, and thank you very much. Thank you.
Unfortunately, the two of the winners aren't here today, but the Northop Old Boys section was won by Finn Ryan, and the men's section was won by Carl Downward, who had an unbelievable knock of 48 points. I had 46, by the way. I thought I'd won it, but there we go. But thank you anyway. Thanks, Finn. I'd like to welcome Steve, and ask Steve to come up, and congratulations. Enjoy.
Thank you very much, everyone. County Captain, Mr. President, past captains, honoured guests, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Northop Golf Club. I hope you've enjoyed your day today. The weather was a lot better, like Neil said, than the forecast was abysmal. I was dreading it, but luckily we got around with not too much rain, and it was not too bad for everybody. It's a tremendous honour for me to take over from Neil as captain in Northop for 2014. Neil will be a hard act to follow, and I want to congratulate him on his year as captain. I've been a member of Northop for almost 20 years now, since the club was formed actually. And I've seen many changes with the golf club over the years, both good and bad. As we know, the club is currently going through a period of change, and the clubhouse is being sold to Woodward and Faulkner, and it will be turned into a new gastro pub with work starting the end of March, beginning of April. Could be a good thing because, you know, the clubhouse, you know, I think will turn into somewhere which will be a great place for all the members to use. But rest assured, I, along with the rest of the executive committee, will endeavour to make sure that all the members are kept fully informed with the progress of what's going on, because I think it's important that everybody is kept up to date with what's happening. There'll be no secrets. Everyone, as soon as we know, everyone will be informed of what's happening. I believe the best thing we can do is continue to remain upbeat about the future, and I'm sure that things will turn out positively and in the best interest of our club and all our members. On the competition front this year, on a different tack now, we will be introducing a new competition. It will be a gross and net eclectic competition which will run from April through to September, and it will include all individual Stableford and medal competitions. This should keep us all interested if we're not having the best of days out on the course. If we're having a bad day, don't NR, carry on, because you could get a birdie or an eagle which will count towards your eclectic score at the end of the year. So hopefully it'll just be an added extra to keep everyone interested if they're not having the best of days out on the course. I'd like to take this opportunity as well of mentioning the marshalling at the Open this year. We've been offered the opportunity to, as a club, to rally together a number of volunteers to marshal at the Open this year, and the sheets have been on the board now for about 2 or 3 months, but we still need more volunteers. So anyone who's thinking of volunteering and hasn't put their name down yet, the RNA need final numbers in February. So anyone who would like to volunteer for it, it's got to be a minimum of 2 practice days and 3 competition days. Then there are application forms on the table at the front. I brought some with me today. And if anyone has any questions, if they see either myself or Neil, we'll be more than happy to answer any questions about what's required. It's an excellent opportunity to get really up close and personal with the members, you know, some of the best players in the world, and it's, if anyone's thinking about it, a numb in an hour, it really is a great opportunity, so I'd urge people to do it. My chosen charity for this year is NRAS, which is the National Rheumatoid Arthritis Society. I look forward to your support with the events that will take place this year to raise much needed funds for this really important charity. The money raised will help with research and to make life more bearable for people who suffer from this really terrible disease. And finally, I give you my assurance that together, with the help and the continued loyalty of our members, that I think we can move Northop forward through the coming changes, and I can only see a bright future for the club. And extra finally, I'd like to thank all my friends and family who've come up today to share this with me. Thank you very much. Thank you. In third place with a score of 59.2, we've got Gwyn Pritchard, Jeff Sharples, Gareth Jones and Joan Dixon.
There we go.
Second place with a score of 59, we've got John Mack, Gary Marshall, Tony and Steve. So the winners with 57.3, our guests of mine today, Alistair Jeffcott, Will Dodd, Gareth Wright and Kev Blackwell.
Bring it on!
I'll say a few words.
Ladies and gentlemen, County Captain, Mr. Captain, Mr. President, former Lady Captain, current Junior Captain, other dignitaries. Firstly, it was a great honour for us to be invited by Steve. The four of us have known Steve for quite a few years through golfing friendships. We've toured the UK playing in our annual events that started off as Will Dodd's stag party 22 years ago, and we play for a trophy called the Muirfield Cup every year. So it was very kind of Steve to bring four of the Muirfield Cuppers to Northop. We've all experienced Northop since its inception. I think Kevin was the first club champion here many years ago, so we've an affinity with the club. We've a great desire for the club to continue, and I'm sure it will. Knowing the proprietor, he does have the best interests of the golf club and its members at heart. Sometimes it gets misinterpreted, but it's a new beginning, and I sincerely wish you well. As to the golf today, we did play very well. We had we got to the last two holes where Kev and I both still needed to get a drive in, and we did, thankfully, and they were both competitive drives. So, but we did hold a lot of putts, and we thoroughly enjoyed the day. So we wish Steve every success for the coming year, and thank you very much.
Yep.
Thank you. I'm sure a lot of people are interested in, unless they put over 400 yards where they were way out, is the combined length of the drives of both Erin and myself. The wind had got up, so bear that in mind when you do the distance. It was a combined distance of, Gary, what was it?
288.
288 yards.
164, Steve.
Thanks very much, Gary. I'm sure your device is wrong, but there you go. Anyway, the winner with a guess of 287 yards was Jason Barron. So if you want to for all the people who turned up in this horrible weather and didn't win a prize, we've got a card draw for a bottle of wine each for that team. So I'd like to ask my daughter Kirsty to pick a card at random.
Make sure it's Daddy.
There we go.
Couldn't be that lucky girl.
Okay, and if Steve Jewell, Andrew Sinclair don't love
Lucky love it.
Seems like going 12 hours.